stand. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You almost automatically go into the next one.
Okay, we'll get into the consent agenda. Does anybody have any questions on the consent agenda? So I did the claims this week, and there is one claim that there's a question on, and Dawn, it's on the Caliber Law Firm. Do you want to wait and discuss that later, or do you want to get into it now? Did you hear me, Dawn?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were talking to me.
Oh. Well, the one question on the claims is on Caliber Law.
Chair next to Jay.
And I just wondered if you want to talk about that now, or if you want to wait, because we're going to have a discussion about number one, using Caliber Law when we have a contract with MPSBA. And I mean, we're gonna approve this bill, but are we expecting any other bills from them?
So anything that we have that's in process, we would still be expecting a bill for.
What is in process at this point?
So we are still working on a grievance that has been filed with us.
Okay. There's a grievance been filed. Okay.
Yes.
Now I have a question.
Yes.
If there's a grievance been filed, how come I didn't know about it?
Because we're still at level 1 right now. We're still trying to resolve it before it becomes more technical.
But as the board chair, I should know if there's a grievance.
Okay. So I apologize.
Above that, just as a note, from now on, we don't use Caliber Law Firm unless it's something that you bring to us first, please. We do have a contract that we need to honor with MPSBA for right now. I knew you were talking to them. I didn't know that we were getting this far into it. And I'm not saying that we wouldn't be able to use them, but I don't think that this is something that should be come through the board using a separate law firm than what we are contracted for.
Okay.
Does anybody else have
I
anything?
thought that there was a place on here that we were talking about Caliber. I don't see it on here.
No, there's nothing on here, unless it's in your report.
I thought there was something, because we've had some communication looking for a cost for services, and so I don't see anything about that on here right now.
Right, we're doing our due diligence and checking other law firms, but it was a real surprise to get a $1,700 bill, and then now you tell me we're in a grievance, and the whole deal was you and I discussed, was the sign the paper, no grievance, walk away.
Yeah, so it's more technical than that, and we're just trying to get to the bottom of it. So we're just trying to get to the bottom of it before it actually becomes. It's like I said, it's still in stage 1, which is like in the discussion stages.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you're going to have to, when you get back, you need to give me a call so we can have a meeting about this.
Okay, I can do that.
So, but yeah, in the future, if you're going to use if you're going to long-term use a different law firm, I would appreciate it if you'd let us know, and
Okay.
we can discuss
All
it.
right.
to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. Okay, now, public comment. This is a time for anybody in the public to comment. Just remember that all personnel issues are off the table. We can't talk about them. And if it's on the agenda to be talked about later, we can wait and talk about that. Does anybody have anything? No? No? Okay. Okay, Dawn, you're on. You're up.
Okay, so the first thing that I'd like to talk about is the accreditation report. So our school district received full accreditation due to the work of our staff, community, and board over the past 2.5 years, which is a tremendous thing. And I have sent home a recognition to the community, like a shout out in the newsletter, and I let the staff know, and they were all thrilled, and I let all of you guys know. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody had access to that report, to the accreditation report, so that it's available if anybody wants to look at it. So what I need to tell you about the accreditation process is we received this full accreditation, and then our accreditation will be reevaluated for fiscal year 27 along with all of the other districts in our region. And then we'll be put on a 3-year rotational cycle. So for the accreditation, what it means is we have to keep all of our data updated. We have to keep all of our programs in effect, like the Gifted and Talented, the Indian Education for All, make sure that we are doing the assessments correctly, just all kinds of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff that goes into the accreditation. And then we'll be on a 3-year review cycle after fiscal year 27. So some other schools in the state, some other regions actually have to go through that accreditation process next year again, even though it just finished. And ours, as I said, and then every 3 years. So that is how that works, and it'll be up to all of us at school to make sure that we just stay on top of things and just keep recording all the data and reporting and looking at everything together, and we will continue to do that. So we have a great team, have a great staff, and they work so hard on that, and I'm really thankful to them. So I just want to let you know how that works. And then with regard to a school report, I don't have very much to talk about this time except for that accreditation. Our events for the year, we had a successful end of the year for students and staff. Our graduation was beautiful and it was appreciated. With the fire truck on the last day, we had parents and students attending and getting led and celebrating the student achievement for the year. And on June 24th, summer school starts, and we have 29 students involved, so 3 days a week for 6 weeks, so that's exciting. And no summer school the week of July 4th. And then for professional development, I, along with Miss Hanson, Miss Evanson, Mrs. Specht, and Miss Getting, we are all at the Summer Institute, and we are all here through the Multi-Tiered Systems of Support grant, so MTSS grant year 2. This is the end of that cycle. And so part of that is that we get to come here, we get to have this professional development, and some of it is MTSS based, and some of it is special education based or gifted and talented based or program based stuff. So we're all going through that together, and so far it's been pretty good. We've been here for 2 days. Next thing I need to talk about is employment. So we still have a 5th grade and library position open, and we will need to advertise for volleyball coaches, so I will go ahead and post that next week. We can get started on that. And that pretty much is my report, so very short and sweet for this month of June.
Have we got any more applications?
So I had one from a Filipino lady, and I contacted her actually, and then she referred me to somebody else. She gave me somebody else's information. I thought that was kind of interesting, so I don't know what's going on with that. And then I did receive one application for the 5th grade position, so still waiting to see what happens. I'm checking regularly.
Okay.
Nothing else for library. it known that we did interview for the library position and offered the position to a lady from Tacoma, Washington, and then she decided that she wasn't quite ready to move. So that was that situation.
Okay, Lacey?
I don't think I have anything on my report. Just my usual suspect attachments for my balancing reports. There wasn't anything funky to report. The one good news, piece of good news we'll discuss later in the agenda is PJ Club finished the year in the black, so hooray! Hooray! For the first time in a few years, so that was really super exciting. We should be excited about that, and it's great because then the changes we made it successful. Yeah, the changes we made it successful so that it could stay self-sustaining, so that the parents could utilize it because they really wanted it. So that's good news. That's the one piece of really good news I have. This month, this fasted period, so it's just getting everything balanced up and making sure that all the expenditures are allocated properly. So that's what I'm working on from now till the end of June.
Just a question you might not be able to ask. How do the budget numbers next year compare to what numbers for last year?
We're gonna go up because of the STARS Act, thankfully. Our general fund budget authority will increase. It was going to decrease. The only reason it's increasing is because of the STARS Act. So we were gonna go down because our A&B went down, our 3-year average went down, but we were gonna go back up because of the STARS Act. So our budget authority is going to increase from last year to this year, but it's gonna be gobbled up with the
raises. Okay. We will get creative. All right. Well, and we will get into the action agenda. We have some certified contracts. I can do all of these in one fell swoop, right?
The first.
current teachers.
Whoever wants to do that would just say motion to approve the certified contracts as attached or something like that. Something to that nature.
Anytime, guys.
I'll make a motion to approve certified contracts as attached to the
Agenda.
folder here.
Perfect.
I'll second that.
All certified.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Yeah. Okay, the next one is renewal or non-renewal of classified staff. Is there anybody that's non-renewed, Don?
No, we are renewing all of them.
Okay. So I would take a motion to renew all current classified staff.
I'll make a motion to renew all classified staff.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Now, Leaf, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Lee Erickson. I interviewed a few weeks ago for the music position, and I was hired for the new music position here.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to get started.
Oh, no, it's not on.
Sorry. Hang on.
They're trying to see you.
All right, guys.
No, you're good.
Way to go, Cody. Slowing it down.
You should click
The
right.
bottom middle down there is got the
I'm also
camera
excited to
on.
start some work this summer. I'm going to see if I can get some donation of instruments and stuff.
Thanks.
Cool.
Write some grants.
Yay.
So
There's a lot of those
There you
little
go.
music grants
There you go,
out
Cody.
there if you know where to look for them.
I've applied, so at my disclosed that before, I've gotten over $20,000 in grants for music, so I've done it, so
Let's
I'll-
go.
I will keep applying and
Let's go.
yeah, so that's my goal.
We like it.
So, we, to hire Leif Erickson as our music and title teacher.
I'll make a motion to hire Leif Erickson, 1 FTE music title teacher.
I'll second.
Okay, now I'm gonna kind of bounce here a little bit. Let's do a motion to approve the contract for Leif Erickson.
Okay, we need to vote first.
We need to
Oh
vote.
yeah, we need to vote. Sorry.
Got excited.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of hiring Leif?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Leif, you're stuck with us. Okay. Now I need a motion to approve his contract.
I'll make a motion to approve L. Erickson fiscal year 26, 1 FTE music title teacher contract.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Catherine?
Oh, hi, I'm Catherine Daly. This is my 4th year of teaching. I applied for this position. I'm very happy that we got it over here because he's awesome. And then Dawn contacted me about taking a 3rd grade interview, and I subbed in 3rd grade one time and I fell in love, so I was very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to be with you all. So thank you for having me, and I'm excited for the school year.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay. So I will entertain a motion to hire Catherine Daly as 3rd grade elementary.
Make a motion to hire C. Daly as 1 FTE elementary teacher.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and now I would entertain a motion to approve Catherine's contract.
I'll make a motion to approve C. Daly fiscal year 26, 1 FTE elementary teacher contract.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So now the next one is kind of a boondoggle one, partly
Hey,
on my
Bob.
part. Yes,
Bob,
ma'am?
Can we stop for just a second?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I just want to welcome Catherine and Leif, and I'm sorry I can't be there, but I just want to say welcome to our school.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, welcome. We have some awesome teachers that are very good at mentoring and helping. I think you guys will excel here. Okay, so now, this next one I was getting to. This one was kind of a boondoggle on my part and probably partly Don's part. We gave stipends for finishing off the year for 4th grade or 5th grade teacher, and actually it wasn't 5th, it was 4th.
No, it's Miss Watson.
Fifth.
Yeah. 4th grade was Miss Watson.
Okay, I'm confused. Okay, anyway, such is the case. We did some stipends. I did not understand everything as far as doing the memorandum of agreement. That was something we have to vote on. So I would entertain a motion to approve the memorandum of agreement with the teachers union for those stipends.
Just to clarify, I have not paid these stipends yet.
Right, okay. She was waiting for us.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the memorandum of agreement for stipends for 2 teachers to cover extra duties for FY 25.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Let's see, next 2 are substitute teachers. I entertain a motion to hire Lori Morton as a substitute.
I don't know who this is.
I don't know who they are, so I'm assuming that we have all
So
of
I
the,
interviewed both of them, found out about their experience, why they want to be here. I always interview the substitutes, and then I make a recommendation that they sub for our district.
okay.
motion to hire Lori Morton as substitute teacher.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Hire Arlene Jeannie Penner as a substitute teacher. Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to hire Arlene Penner as substitute teacher.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Okay, we're gonna, need a motion to hire Josh Eastman for,
I apologize. Who did the motion on the second on that one?
I did the motion.
Thank you.
Josh.
Did you already do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I need a motion to hire Josh for, summer custodian.
I'll make a motion to hire Jay Eastman for summer custodial maintenance up to 40 hours per week.
I'll second.
Okay, moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Motion to hire Lofgren for custodian maintenance.
I'll make a motion to hire Dee Lofgren for summer custodial maintenance up to 70 hours total.
Okay, I was gonna say, we need to put that part in.
He was on it.
I need a second.
I'll second it. Can we open that up for discussion real quick?
Yes, man? Yes, sir.
Oh, man, that's cool. Just quick question on that, Dawn. Did we do that last year?
Yes,
Okay, I just couldn't remember if we had two of them, so, okay.
yes. In fact, last year we had 3 extra helpers, so, yeah. So
Okay.
2 and they were up to 60 hours each last summer, and this year we have 2 up to 70.
I'm not saying you're not worth it, Dorothy. I was just asking.
No, it's,
Just asking.
we try to concentrate on doing the classrooms while they do
Okay.
everything else, because I hate painting.
Yeah. Sorry, Jay.
Jay, you can make her pay.
Yeah. You're the boss. Make it
Show
happen.
up as
Your boss.
Okay. Moved and seconded, discussion's over. Do we have any other discussion?
No.
No? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Hiring Dorothy?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, last one, hire, Tracy McGuire for summer custodial maintenance. That's the $70.
I'll make a motion to hire T. McGuire for summer custodial maintenance up to 70 hours total.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We have to do all these contracts separate. Okay, start, Josh.
Makes you feel any better. I didn't have my minutes prepped, so I'm having to do this on the
Gotcha.
fly, so that's super
So,
fun.
I need a motion on Josh's contract.
I'll make a motion for Josh Eastman summer custodial maintenance contract for 2025.
I'll second.
Doing it to Cody.
Nice. Sorry, Cody, you got that one.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion for Dorothy.
I'll make a motion for 2025 Dorothy Lofgren summer custodial maintenance contract.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
This last one.
I'll make a motion for 2025 T. McGuire summer custodial maintenance contract.
Aye.
It's a second.
Say second.
Oh, second. Shoot, I got it.
He was trying to race you and then said the wrong thing.
Second.
Oh my
all funds.
Okay. Moved and seconded, all in favor? I'm just not opening this up to
Was
discussion
this
when we're
one,
doing
was
these
this one
little quick-
Tracy's?
Yeah.
Was this one Tracy's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cody, you're out in the woods. I love it.
And that was Hunt and.
Dawn, you want to talk about these sub rates of pay stuff that you want to
Yes,
adjust?
so one of the problems that we've encountered is in the past is if somebody has been subbing for a teacher for more than half a day, we have to pay them the full $100 or the full teacher pay, even if it is just like for 3/4 of a day because it's considered a teacher. But by opening it up to all hourly pay, if they are only need till 2 o'clock, we only have to pay them until 2 o'clock. We don't have to pay them for the entire day. So we like to make everything more equal.
Does that work out to approximately $100 a day then, 1570?
Oh, sorry.
The $14.29 is $100 per day if you times it by 7 hours a day.
Okay. But we want to raise it to 15,
That is
Yeah.
what,
It's 105 then for a day.
which is fine. Is this going to affect us being able to get substitutes? That's my only concern.
I don't see that it will. I don't see that it will, actually.
Okay.
I do have a question before we get into this is, since my wife is a sub here, can I make a motion or even vote on this?
Who's
good
talking?
question.
Oh, that was Joe. Sorry.
I believe so.
It's an
Because
override.
you're not-
A regular, go ahead.
You're not changing anything personally for her. Yes, your wife subs here, but this doesn't, it directly affects everybody, not just her. So I would say that. Yes, I think you're all right. So, if you want to feel more comfortable, we'll have Cody do that.
Yeah, I can just do it if you want to.
Do the motion, Cody, please.
Yeah, I make a motion for the sub rates of pay, move from hourly for paras, and, $14.29 and daily for teachers to $100 a day to all hourly, $15 an hour.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. Is there any other discussion on it? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. PJ Club. These rates basically the same as last year?
The
What did you wanna do?
$11, the $11 a day was $12 a day last year, so
Okay.
if you change it to 11, Lacey will have to call and get them to program it to 11.
I actually am making this recommendation. This is coming from Mrs. Matt and I sitting down together. So last year we did $10 per day if they prepaid for the whole week.
Which they really appreciated the 4 people that did it,
Right.
and they didn't do it consistently.
Or $12 a day for the people that didn't prepay for the whole week. And so what we were thinking of is if we just split the difference, go right in the middle and do $11 per day for all. It's a prepaid program, remember, so it's prepaid regardless. It's just a matter of you just kind of dump money on your account now and then it siphons it out at $11 a time, which is how we used to do it until we gave the discount. We just thought it would be simpler to just kind of split the difference, go in the middle at the 11
As long
number.
as we stay in the black.
How far in the Blackbird? Curious.
Not very.
So a question on that. I think we talked about this last year. I don't mind that $11 an hour. Is there a way
It's not
that,
an hour, it's
or
a
not an
day.
hour? Sorry, I'm back up there.
Right.
Is there a way that we can have the parents pay in advance? Like this is our new. what
I
we're
mean,
gonna
that
go
is
with.
our policy and always has been. It's a prepaid program, so they are required to pay prior to their child attending the program.
Okay.
However, why we put in the next caveat that you'll read about is because they often don't. So this is kind of the next piece of the puzzle of how do we do this. So just, if you read the rest of it there, it says, So essentially, number one would now be enlisting a late pickup fee for the parent arriving late to pick their child up from school. So what this child is somebody that the parent was not attending. They were not expecting them to attend PJ. They did not prepay for PJ. They're not expecting them to go to PJ, but they are not here at school pickup time. They're not here to get their child at school pickup time. So we're calling that a late pickup. So it's a late pickup from school. Parent arrives after 3:45, which the last classes get out at 3:30 next year. Mrs. Matt, it's 3:20 and 3:30, is that accurate?
Yes,
Okay.
yep, that's right.
So younger grades get out at 3:20, older grades get out at 3:30. So by 3:45, if your child is not picked up, this is the policy. They'll go wait at the office and the charge will be $10 per family. Preferably paid when you pick up your children in the office that day,
They don't get them back if they don't pay.
right?
Exactly.
Or they'll keep them and they'll stay.
There's a few parents.
God, your nose is bleeding.
I know.
Okay.
Little
So,
scout fell off.
I got a question. If they're not picked up by 4, then are these families charged the $10 late fee and the $11 per day?
no, great question. So if they're not picked up by 4, then they're sent to PJ Club and charged the PJ rates instead. So if you're not, the bonus for getting there to pick up your child under the late pickup windows is $10 per family. If you don't pick up your children, your 4 children, by the time that it's pickup time, they're gonna be sent to PJ and you're gonna pay $11 per child. But then, so at this point, this rate, just thought process wise as a parent, if you're not there by 3:45 to pick up your child, honestly, just go get your groceries.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be
If you
able
have one
to,
child.
If you have one child.
Yeah.
if you have one child. If you have 4 children, go pick them up.
It was the same families that would be consistently late. I
Yeah.
send the kids to after school, well, they got 4 kids, $48, and they're like, not paying that. So that's when we were talking, there's gotta be something, otherwise, what incentive? They're just not, they're not paying it, but they're not showing up on time.
Yeah.
It's usually the same ones.
I like the way that this is all laid out. It really alleviates some of the issues that we had. Does the way that this is reading, does it alleviate a lot of that problems of the parents just not paying because they were 10 minutes late?
Hopefully, yeah, I mean, hopefully, because again, their child's gonna be at the office, so the hope would be that they come and pick up their child and pay their $10.
Yeah.
I mean, like Bob said, hold them hostage, but you know, we actually want them to get picked up, so. Right, Trish?
Yeah,
We are already talking
Okay,
about
you're like-
staffing.
yeah.
We're already talking about
Good.
staffing because this is, depending on how this plays out, and this is why Mrs. Matt and I have been in discussion about this. This is just not just me just winging it on the PJ thing. What do we think is gonna work best? But Mrs. Matt's already working on how we can handle, depending on what this looks like, because we don't really know how many kids until we kind of get into the year. But she's already working on how we're gonna
Staff
handle that.
Okay, I like that. then.
Yeah, it's not just gonna land on your plate.
Okay.
So how was it last year, Judy? Was it pretty, like you were saying, pretty much the same parents?
Same parents that
Late.
were always paying late and didn't pay, prepay. And when I sent out the weekly statements that they were low or owing, almost every week wrote, this is a prepaid program. You're supposed to
Right.
have money on your account and you should not be bringing your child, and they still would not pay and in advance. And then at the end of the year, we got all the money collected. We don't have
Okay.
anything owing. We have one family here at the school that will donate X amount of dollars twice a year. So that cleaned up some of the ones we knew couldn't afford it at all.
Sure.
And that's the ones you feel for. is the
But they
ones
were
that can't
late
afford it.
consistently 5 to 10 minutes. And that's what was irritating, is because they were consistently late.
And was it?
I did end up
It wasn't a job.
without talking to Lacey or Dawn, I did implement the $10 late fee myself for a couple of those families once they kept being late.
Yeah,
And they weren't happy, but I said, well, it's better than paying 36.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, the one day when we sent, there were 3 of them when we sent them to after school. So the son got on the phone and called his mom. She goes, well, I'll get there, I'm on my way, I'll get there. Well, they're sending us to after school. No, you can't go to after school, you're going to the office. And I said, I could hear it, and they said, no, they're going to after school.
Yeah.
And then he said, well, and she goes, well, they can send you there if they want, but I'm not paying that bill.
And that family paid the bill
Yeah,
2 times, a lot
But-
of money. And
but it was still
one of
like,
those that struggles, but they did pay.
but then you have this, the parents have shared that with the kid.
Mhm.
Then the kid has the attitude when you send them.
Yeah.
I had another one say, what, you're gonna send me there and you're gonna charge me $12 because my brother's 5 minutes late? I'm like, you're not going to the office. You know, it's
Yeah.
just,
Well, and I think that's a big thing too, Don, is we don't just pile it to where it just goes to the office. You know, I mean, as you know that, you know, I mean, Trish doesn't need to sit there and babysit, you
Right.
know, so. And I know she will, don't get me wrong, but yeah, we
And
gotta
so,
make
but
sure.
we don't want her to.
Exactly, yeah, that's not, she doesn't need to be doing that. Okay,
And I
The
like
thing
that.
is that makes this nice and manageable is at the end of PJ Club, if a family is late, if a parent is late, it's again that $10 for that 1 to 15 minutes.
yeah,
So that parallels that late fee after PJ as a late fee after school, so it's easy for parents to remember.
well, and I think too, as we go into next year, you know, just really stress to the parents that, you know, we offer this, but it is prepaid, you know, that I think we need to really do a good job at that so people, they know, but to make it like, hey, this isn't just playtime. This is, if you're gonna leave your kid, you're gonna pay.
And I think some of the families that pick up late have the kid at high school, and so with the later release
Right.
this year, that should eliminate a few of them.
It
Yeah,
will, I like that time,
Yeah,
because
I
it will
agree
help
with
the
that.
high school kids.
I agree with that.
and stuff, but now I don't know how
No, I
those
couldn't
parents.
hear that. Could somebody say what that was?
sorry.
I just said that with the later release time, the kids that are picking their siblings up that go to the high school should not be late past the 3:45 because they should be able to get there no later than 3:45. So that'll eliminate some of the people that were late last year. I'm hoping the ones that were consistently late this year, family-wise, parent-wise, won't go, oh, 3:45, I can pick them up at 3:50. I'm hoping they'll all be there by 3:45.
Well, I think it's $10.
Yep.
So on the late policy, when PJ's over, have we ever had anyone late after 60 minutes?
A couple times, yeah. Some of the ones that didn't know the year prior was 6 o'clock, so they didn't realize it changed to 5:30. And then there was a couple that occasionally, but they paid it, we just charged it to them and paid it.
Well, the late fee only goes 46 to 60 minutes and then it doesn't say anything after that, so.
Well, they were never more than, I don't even think they were even 30 minutes.
That's called child abandonment. Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the PJ Club rates.
I'll make a motion to approve the PJ Club rates as listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. Is there any other discussion?
Does this $11 a day per child, that'll still keep us in the black? Because I know that the $10 a day, it sounds like not a lot of people took advantage of that.
Yeah, and I'll be totally flat out honest with you, Cody. I didn't realize it was only 4 families that were doing the 10 and the majority were doing the 12. So I was hoping, obviously, by splitting the difference that we'd pick that up. So I'm hopeful. I am hopeful that we will stay in the black. Yes.
And also having that late pickup fee.
That $10 a family should make up
Yeah.
most of that.
I agree.
That's what Don and I were thinking when we put the rates together. So.
Okay, I like it.
It's called deflation. Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor of the PJ Club rates as stated, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, property and liability insurance. Lacey?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I attached the previous year's quote for you guys just for comparison purposes, so it was easier again like I did last year. If you ever want to go further back than that too, by the way, you just go to the previous year's agendas, and then you'll see that next year back and the next year back. So if you ever want to go further back than what I list, but it's about the same rate increase as it was from the year prior to this year, and then this year is almost the same adjustment. So I did not go out to bid for this year. I did last year and they beat the competitor. This year the competitor did not come to me to want to bid it, so I went with who we have used in the past.
I assume we've never had issues with getting payouts or anything, so. motion to approve fiscal year 26 property and liability insurance.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. So this is all just kind of cleanup stuff for the year, to get started. Fiscal year 26 work contract. And this is also for the SGA.
Correct, and same story as the property liability insurance, so.
I'll make a motion to approve the FY26 work comp.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. FY26 Montana Medical Billing Contract. Just stop me, Lacey, if there's anything you need to tell us about.
Last year, we actually signed this contract, approved it as we do every year, but we didn't actually have any Montana Medical billing that needed taking place. The good news is we don't pay anything unless they actually do anything. So we don't pay anything on this unless we have any kiddos that fall into this category.
We were
I'll
safe.
make a go ahead.
I said we were safe this year.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to approve FY26 Montana medical billing contract.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Well, math curriculum renewal for K-5.
So this is the curriculum that we looked at last time at the last board meeting, and I went ahead and spoke with teachers and removed the student digital licenses for kindergarten, first grade, and second grade. And in talking to other staff for 3, 4, 5, it's stuff that they were using fifth grade more so, third and fourth grade getting into it, starting to get into it. So as they learn the curriculum, because every time a curriculum's updated, there's something new. So I have recommended that we keep that digital component for grades 3, 4, and 5. So one of the things that I did is I requested a 2-year quote last time, and I also requested a 3-year quote this time. And so if we did the 2-year quote, the 2-year subscription works out to be $48.49 per year. If we did a 3-year, it works out to be $43.18 per year, which is a difference of $531 per year. And when I consider the cost of inflation going up, if we have to do this in 2 more years, it's going to be even more. So I thought it would be good to go for the 3 years instead of the 2 years.
How much did it save us dropping those 3 digital years?
Probably about $3,500. I don't have the
Cool.
exact figure right now.
That's a big deal.
The actual quote
Yeah,
went up,
good.
but it's for
No,
third year.
you asked
It's
the
for the
question
third
and I might
year,
have heard
yeah.
you wrong.
Yeah, we added a year.
Yeah, we
So we
added a
saved
year.
3,500. Okay.
So we
Okay.
added a year, and by adding a year, we're actually saving the cost of $500 per year, so $1,500 would
Right.
be saving total if we add the extra year when you consider, I mean, it's more money, but the difference would be $500 per year.
Okay.
John, did you ask for the shipping and handling discount on this one?
So this is because it's K through 5, I'm 99% sure that we have the lowest rate.
Okay.
So on the other curriculum from last time, K through 2, I got it reduced by $1,000. And they said it was 1,800 pounds of materials each year, and they went as low as they could go. And this is a K through 5, and I believe the shipping's about 1,700. So I have no doubts in my mind that this is quite comparable to the best that we can get. So it's been the same people that I've been dealing with, and they know that I'm very picky about shipping.
$1,700. Where's it shipped from? Must be around the world.
California, I think.
But that's for 5. That's for 5 years, or for 3 years for
Oh, okay.
each of grades K through 5.
That's not all one big shipment.
It comes in one huge shipment like every year.
Mm-hmm. So the 1,700 would be divided by 3.
3, yeah.
Okay. We need a motion.
And each I just want to tell you that each set of student books is about 20 to 25 books that they get. So just to let you know.
I'll make a motion to approve the Go Math curriculum renewal for K through 5.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Passes.
Thank you.
We'll do our annual resolution 25-4 to sell or dispose of obsolete property.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution 25-4 to sell or dispose of the obsolete property.
I'll second that.
You got a nice big pile going.
We got piled everywhere.
You got an old mower you gotta get rid of.
I do, yes.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, facilities discussion or update. Is there anything new that we need to talk about for the facilities?
We did have a facilities meeting since our last board meeting. We got together, did a walk around of the building, and came up with an extensive list of the repairs that we felt were needed. Then we sat down and kind of took our two groups and got it into one list. And we're working on getting that put into an Excel or a Google Sheets document, just to get it all organized and things like that. And we're at the point of kind of discussing the formatting, how we want to see that to make it more user-friendly.
So basically, we're waiting for a priority list or something like that.
We created the bones of that, yes. Yep.
Okay.
Do you have anything you want to add, Dawn?
No, you guys got it all.
We're gonna set another meeting, it's at the bottom of this, and then we'll kind of hone in on that and then start picking away at the items on the list.
If there's lots of painting to do, Dorothy's.
Yeah, I heard she really
all
likes
here
the
for it.
paint.
If you want a good job, don't have me do it. I'm more that,
So outside.
You're not the brush like going,
yeah, I'll take for someone else to paint.
Oh, I paint them.
Same.
There you go, Jay. You got two.
Yep.
Okay.
Trish forgot it was recorded.
Exactly.
Okay, the vestibule. Quotes for a vestibule. Is this,
So this
So
is,
Kelsey looked into all this information for us. Is she there?
yeah,
Okay, Kelsey, if you would like to talk about this, please do.
Well, I did include the kind of little bit of a breakdown. Were you guys able to read over that?
the number one, I put the attachments in order, so they're numbered 1
There's
through
about a
4,
page
so
of-
okay.
attachment number 1 is her summary of it, of what we're looking to do.
Yeah, and
Essentially.
kind of quickly, so these two companies have to collaborate together to make it happen. Valley Glass would install the second set of doors. They'd kind of mirror what the doors in the breezeways look like. Trish would be able to buzz people into the main exterior office doors, and then they'd be in this vestibule. And so then the second set of doors she can buzz in. We have a lot of parents that'll just cruise on through, or vendors walk through. I don't know if you guys have been to Marion School or like Evergreen, they have the vestibules, and Trish can speak more of like that aspect of it. The front exterior doors would have a video, so she'd be able to see who's in that. This includes, I can't remember which, I think it was the breezeway quote. That then includes her to be able to buzz in the 2 breezeway doors between the pencils to the 100 and 200 building. There's no video on that one, it's just an intercom. And we kind of discussed that, and we don't think a video is necessary for that. We have cameras right now that we can actually, if we want to see who's at those doors, if we really need to, we can look at our camera system. But most of the time, it's just kids going back and forth, which will be 4th graders going over there now, which is great because it was not great sending the 1st graders over and like, hey, they make it over. It eliminates a lot of, every morning I think we're on the phone or the radio, hey, is somebody available to open the gym door for such and such? It takes away from our job duties. It's just another responsibility for making sure these get to point A to point B that I feel like the buzzer system would help alleviate that. And it's just more safe. When it's winter, they get in the door with her buzzing the system. What else? We still have keys, so our keys still work just fine. If there's a fire, in the case of emergency, the doors, they don't lock shut. They open up for the emergency. What else? Trish, am I missing anything?
No, and it just would really help to have that vestibule to stop somebody, because I have ran across within my career of having somebody come in and be right at you, where you can just stop them right there, and they say, no, I can go down, and you can say no, and just stop it.
And right now we're not including I think it's called the ADA, which would be the handicap button that you press. And that is because if you think about it, here we want the doors to be locked with access given by the office manager. We don't want somebody to be able to push that and open the doors. It's very opposite of what we're trying to achieve. I've never seen anybody come through with a wheelchair. It might be something we have to look at it again if we do
It
have
would be on the
a
exit
student come
side.
through.
It would be more on this side to go out that you would need.
But we've always just,
Maybe.
if there's somebody that can't open the door on their own, we
Right.
just
We'd be
open
up
the
there
door
to
for
help
them. This lets us close our office man door so that we don't have people coming in and out, in and out, in and out, which includes students. Even if we get a bunch of staff members at one time, if we get parents, vendors, they have to go to the office window to speak to anybody in the office. So it's
So
just
the
more
doors
of
are
a,
locked from outside, but you can still go right through.
yep, you can
leave.
exit, and we would have to get a second exit sign because the second set of doors would kind of go right on the other side of her window, maybe a foot is all. But then that existing exit sign isn't viewable anymore, and by law we have to have that. We have to have that in sight or visible. Which that's the quote I didn't get, but I reached out to E. Thomas Electric, who does all of our electric, and he just gave me that quick number. So
The only other concern would be the size of that vestibule that you're building and what code would say it has to be.
these guys have done other ones, so I just was hoping,
You're hoping
honestly,
they're-
that they know those codes.
I'm hoping to.
Yeah.
Marion's isn't very big. You just go in and there's this little vestibule, and then you go in down there as well.
And I'm definitely aware, I know it's a big number. I really do recommend if you're gonna do it, you do the breezeway doors now, you do that second set of doors right now, and you just do it completely. I've worked on this as far back as when Mrs. Commendo was here. And I can tell you how Dawn spoke of inflation. This has almost doubled in that 6-7 year period. So, just to throw that out there. If we do wait on anything, especially if you break it up, a second site visit, a third site visit, it's just gonna cost more in the long run. So that's my 2 cents on that. I don't know if you guys have other questions that I can.
So that number, that was for all the doors?
That 20129.
Okay.
That's the project.
That's the
That
full
does not
project, yeah.
include that exit sign, which was that 450.
Okay.
Give or take. That I don't have quoted. The other one, those are based on the quote numbers.
But we're not gonna get a bill for $5,000 more than what we're expecting.
I mean, I have, those are their quotes, so you know.
So was there any help we can get for that, Dawn? Or no?
So with the urgency that we really do need to get this for our school safety and security, at this point, I don't know of any grants. I mean, there's a possibility that I could try and seek some reimbursement from the state. But because of the urgency of the situation and it's summer, I mean, I can always try, but at this point, I would say no.
Something about Roundup for safety.
Well, yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I'm wondering if it, because it's a Roundup for Safety's
It is a safety.
tradition, it is a safety, but it's not, usually it's like fences to keep people.
But we actually had a man follow a staff member in. They didn't realize it because the door hadn't closed all the way. And this homeless man was wandering up and down our halls at 7:30 in the morning or 7.
It would be worth trying.
Yeah,
You can always
no.
try and get a hold of Flat Electric and see.
We also had some shady people in the parking lot this week.
Yeah.
That was
Bad.
people who wanted to.
So I will certainly look at that. But I mean, we have kids even in school starting next week, so the sooner the better
Right.
to get this done.
However, we financially.
I was gonna say, I mean,
We can't pay for it out of the general fund.
no, but it would come out.
So-
We could bring it out of,
You can pull it out of building reserve, you can pull it out of Boardman fund, you can pull it out of interlocal agreement, you can pull it out of a different fund in Fund 15. Like you could,
but we have the money available.
Yes.
yes, sir.
I guess, yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I have no problem with it. I think, yeah, if we could try to get some help to pay for it, find out as soon as possible, but then just, I would say, get the ball rolling and get it done, but.
Yes.
Well, I believe Roundup for Safety will reimburse you if it's something you've already done, so.
Yeah,
So I will check into that.
okay.
We haven't used Roundup for Safety for a while, so they.
We talked about doing it for new lighting in the upper parking lot in the facilities meeting. It's one of the things that we had talked about was the Roundup for Safety grant for to put light poles up in the upper parking lot.
It's bright up there.
They'd like
Didn't you
that.
guys mention something for the entrances too, instead of the
Yeah.
chains at one point for?
Yeah, we need gates up there. We had, like Jay said, we had a sketchy people up there this week and it was a stolen pickup and then they found the pickup up the road. And then another guy that
Up
was.
the road, I wonder if it's the same kids. Go back in.
No. And then another guy was totally,
Well, you
it
found
was
needles up
scary.
there, didn't you?
It was all
That's
within
where
like a
all the
15-minute span,
dropped off
early,
Yeah.
5:30 to 6 a.m. It was, like, Jay ran them off. I mean, just drove in
So
the
we found
parking lot.
needles up in the parking lot.
So if we could get gates over, the
Rolling
chains
ones.
are hard.
Are you talking on the drive
Mm-hmm.
and on the
Both.
walkthrough?
No, just to, where they can't bring the cars in and,
Oh,
Go
up
in the
on the
back
top,
and-
at the high, at the
Yeah.
road.
yeah,
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of cars up there lately,
yeah.
camping out.
There's a couple
Were
of
there
them that are up there right now are people on the Washington DC trips.
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
and people use it and then they'll use the rest of trails and then they leave.
right, yeah,
But at night, if they're,
yeah.
We had that camper up there.
Yeah, I would say, Don, if you could find out even on that and just, see where we're at, but definitely,
Yep. I can look into it.
okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, well, we need a motion if we're gonna do this.
So the big thing is it is about the safety of our kids. If you have somebody come to our school who was in a foul mood and they've had some kind of a domestic dispute, we have to keep our kids safe and our teachers safe.
What are your thoughts, Cody?
I talked to Kelsey about it. I am in agreement. I mean, you look at the number and kind of go, holy cow, but when you really dive into it, I mean, the price is what it is, and I agree that it's something we need, so.
It's a sad state that we need it, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it.
At first I thought it was a bit overboard having the doors inside and the video system outside. After hearing tonight, I think the doors inside are a necessity now. I still maybe question a little if we need to have a video system for the front doors and the manual locking of that, or the automatic system. But
I guess to give you a better idea, so with our office man door being closed, we can't see out that door anymore.
Sure.
And we don't have a
And the
camera on our
wheels,
system
they're
that
down
shows
below
who's there.
that, door. So if they come and the door's locked,
It's,
I can't see them. And then I have my
the
door
video
shut, I
is
can't
a
see
small
them.
part of it.
That's why.
I mean, I
The
thought it
other
was
thing is,
overboard
too,
back
is
when we started
those
locking every door.
exterior doors they're starting to fall apart. They don't close all the way. They're rusting. So the exterior ones do need to be replaced anyway.
So that would actually, yeah, that'd take care of, I mean, part of that cost, you could say, well, this is maintenance of those outside doors.
I did not catch that in the quote that we were replacing those doors.
Those doors are gonna get a different latch system, and they are going to get a removable post that locks in. That way we can still move big furniture in and out without having single doors, right? We can open it double, remove that, unlock that middle post.
Are they replacing the doors themselves?
Not to my
I don't
knowledge.
think so. I think it's only the
It's
opener
just,
or the
it's just a
operator.
latching system, which was,
I thought they were replacing the doors.
not to my knowledge, no.
Okay.
I can
But the
certainly.
system, the locking, like you said, the latching system and everything,
They did look at the doors and said the doors were ideal. Like I don't remember hollow, not hollow, but they went through and did their thing and said that they were ideal doors to still use there. But the latching system was not, because you push in and it brings it down. I can't
It's a
remember all the
different latching
terminology.
system than the interior door set.
Yeah, and then they'll have that middle locking column that will also help, because right now there's just nothing. It latches on the top. So
Thank you, Kelsey.
you're welcome.
So, need a motion?
I do.
I'll make a motion to purchase the vegetables at the quote provided.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
That was a big amount,
That
but
was.
thank you.
I promise I'm not coming at you with a lot of big numbers anymore for now. It's been pretty bad lately. I'm
Okay.
like,
Promises you can't keep.
Do we have any correspondence?
No.
Okay. We need to schedule some meetings, guys.
We do. If I put it on here, I just pin everybody down.
Yeah. Gotta figure out when we can do a budget meeting.
I'm good with putting it off until July unless people are seriously opposed to that.
Am I still on budget committee?
Yeah, oh, if you wanna be, if you wanna, you can let.
I think
mean,
you
it's
put
up
him
to
on
you.
it when he wasn't here at the last board.
Yeah, I
meeting.
think somebody
I
told
think
me.
you actually got voluntold on a couple.
Yeah, I know, I
committees.
heard.
It's up to you.
That's
I mean,
not the
you
right
know,
meeting to not attend, my friend.
Do you, what are you on?
I'm on facilities.
You're on facility?
Yeah, I got policy.
You got policy, good man.
Who's on
Yeah.
policy, who's on policy with you?
I think
Cody?
Jason, isn't it?
It's Jason.
I think Jason.
Good for you. You keep that
Yeah.
one. You keep that one.
You go.
No, I don't mind staying on the budget committee if you guys. Who are you on?
I'm on it.
What are you thinking, Lacey, after the 4th?
Well, if we wait until after the next.
Let's do one at a time. So let's do the facilities one first.
That's you.
Because the facilities one can happen anytime.
Sure.
I don't need to wait on that
Did
one.
you talk Rick into being on there? Staying on.
Cody,
I
when
just
are you
left
back?
him on the emails. I don't know if he's actually on the committee or not. I haven't talked to him,
I'm
but
pretty good after this weekend for the next few weeks, so I don't care.
I can do next week, but not Wednesday.
how about next Tuesday?
That works, the 24th.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Do we want to do a Jay? How late are you here now?
3 o'clock.
Are you doing 4:10s or no?
Yes.
3. You're off at 3.
Yes.
So do we want to do like 2? Could you just do a middle of the day, Cody and Joe?
No, I don't get off until 5:30.
Oh,
But I don't need to, as long as one of us is there, I don't need to be there for every single one.
That's true.
What a cop out, Cody. Gosh.
Do you want to
If I need to
do?
twist my arm, I guess I can't be.
Yeah.
I can do 1 o'clock, if that works, but.
Dawn, does that work for you?
For 1 o'clock on the 24th?
Yes, ma'am. Wow, that was good. She was on it. Okay, 1 o'clock, June 24th.
And that's Joe and Bob, correct? On that?
No, that's
Joe and Cody.
Joe and Cody.
Cody, Joe and Cody, got it.
Bob can't do meetings in the middle of the day.
Okay.
We didn't go to-
Turns out. Okay, so there's the facilities one. Oh, I went totally out of order, didn't I?
Mhm.
I
It's
said
all
I was
good.
gonna go in order and then
Well,
I
It's all good. I like to do
I'm gonna go in order.
Backwards.
I'm gonna go in order. We're gonna go backwards.
That was the easy one.
You can just go to policy. It's all good.
Okay, alright, so that one was Tuesday, June 24th at 1 p.m. Okay, wanna do policy next?
Yeah, policy.
Okay, perfect. Policy, wait, I'm on that one too.
Let's do policy for after July 4th.
I like that idea a lot, actually, and I'm gonna forward,
Those policies, that's a lot of reading.
and I get to forward our policy committee a bunch of emails. Who's on my policy committee again? Cody? Cody. Cody and Jason. Cody and Jason, okay.
Yeah, all the law changes from this year.
I got the first slew of them this week and was like, okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, so policy committee after the 4th. So do we want to do like Tuesday the 8th of July? I'm just throwing out dates.
If I get enough time to read through it, I'm a slow reader.
Or we can go the next week if you want to wait till the next week.
I cannot do the 15th, but I could do any.
Are you gonna be gone on the 15th again?
What?
Are you gonna be gone on the 15th next month?
No, I'm gonna do the small animal clinic.
Oh,
for
we have a
Bear.
board meeting that day too, you know.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, we probably don't want to do a policy meeting the day of a board meeting because it takes a long time.
If you guys don't think you'll be ready by, well, I don't know, the 8th is 2 weeks. You totally have this,
I
Cody.
didn't say I couldn't do the 8th.
It's actually 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
It's 3 weeks. We're doing it on the 8th.
Hey, sounds good.
Read fast.
5:30 or 6.
No audio.
Give him time to get off work.
I don't think he knows how long these meetings
That's
are,
$11
though.
charge, bud. You better hurry up.
Well, it is what it is.
And what date did we say is that?
Tuesday, July 8th.
Okay, July. At 6 p.m.?
Yep,
Okay.
bring dinner.
Yeah.
I'll wait till after the next board meeting before we do a budget meeting.
Tuesday, July 8th. Sorry, I'm on this one. Policy.
Oh, here,
You want it, Dorothy?
What's that?
For the budget?
I can't do it. If they're doing that to 8.
Yeah, I mean, we can. Right, so this is just Jason.
Well, I don't wanna overwork anybody for the 1 week and, I mean, it's summer.
Oh, we got it. We'll know where we're sitting, right?
Right, we'll way more know where we're sitting by the 10th of July. And by after the next board meeting.
I mean, I'm fine with it, I just don't want you guys to be feeling like it's pushing it out too far, but
We gotta,
I'm fine
see,
with
we
it.
gotta approve
I have a
in
lot to
September,
do
right?
between now and then. We approve in August.
August.
In August.
So
How
we're like,
about the 17th?
I was gonna say the 17th, because then that way we would know after the board meeting kind of where we're at, right?
I am gone.
You're gone.
I'm sorry.
Well, then come back.
I'm in Chicago.
Oh, fly back.
I'm not really available to come back.
I mean, we could do it tonight, but then that means you have to work 2 nights in a row.
I can't actually.
It'd be
see
nice to
answers.
get it in before the board meeting, then we can discuss anything that needs to be.
I can't do anything during the first board meeting. You know how hard it is for me to get off work in sometimes.
Did you say you're gone on Thursday, on the 10th? Thursday the 10th? Are you out of town?
That's when we leave.
You leave on the 10th. Okay, I could do
You go to
Monday.
the 7th, I don't care.
How about the 14th? But that's 2 nights in a row. We can do the 14th.
We could. That would That'd be okay too.
If we can do that, we would just have like a discussion on we don't ever do anything about it on the board agenda though, so I'm unconcerned about having, there won't be anything presented to the whole board.
Right, not
So,
until we're done. And what we're gonna end up doing probably is having like a meeting every 2 weeks until we get the budget. Unless we don't have to get appropriated.
yeah, well, the only thing that has to be board approved in August is the revenue budget. What we discuss at the budget and finance committee meetings is the expenditure budget.
Right.
So there's really not a time
We have
crunch
that until.
for getting, that's kind of the one thing I
And
wanna,
like I've told you, the expenditure budget is a flow, it's very fluid.
it's a fluid
Very
document.
fluid.
It's not,
We
does
don't
not
have to
be
say,
board
well, we
approved.
put this money
Yeah.
in here, that's all, that's not all we can spend it on.
Right, so I guess that's why I'm saying I'm not super concerned about having a budget and finance committee meeting prior to, because there's nothing, you were on it last year. There's nothing that the board approves about the expenditure budget, it's all just discussion. So there's nothing that has to be in place, unless we're talking about, and if you are wanting to discuss it as far as what salaries are concerned, if you're looking at like an increase for your classified staff, then you would want to have this discussion more prior to, then, so that we can actually have some
We
discussion.
have to know what our revenue and expenditures are.
We know what our general fund revenue budget is. I know what our general fund revenue
Right.
budget is.
But we have to know that and a basic on our expenditure before we could say, oh yeah, let's talk about a raise for everybody.
Correct.
So, but if we can wait, I mean, that's fine. If we can do it the 14th or the 16th or, I don't care. As long as it's not on the 10th or the 24th of July. Or the Fridays after that. I won't have a meeting on a Friday. Nobody wants to do that.
Maybe we should do it on the 7th
That would be
instead
fine.
of the 14th. What do you guys
Okay.
think about that?
I'm fine,
What time? Does it need to be like 6 then, Bob?
please.
6 o'clock on Monday, July 7th? You said that worked, right, Dawn?
Yes.
Okay, and this is budget.
So then we would have a meeting on the 7th and a meeting on the 8th, is that correct?
That is
Yes,
accurate.
ma'am.
And we're doing that at 6, and I'm gonna need one more reminder who's on that one.
Bob,
Josh.
don't forget to work.
I will do my best. My future's a little uncertain right now.
I don't
I
know
don't remember
who
who
is.
else. I'll have to go back in history to remember who was on that committee.
I think Hanson was, wasn't she?
She was there,
Or
No,
was she?
she's on the committee. That's a good question.
but I
And go
don't
back
think
and
she's
I'll go
on the
back.
committee.
I don't know who
No big
our
deal.
public is either.
David Berringer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Behringer.
that's what it was.
That's right. See if
Oh,
Behringer
you're
wants to
right.
come back.
He might say no.
As long as he puts his hair in a ponytail. Screw it.
Well, I'm gonna send the invite out to at least
Going
the
to be
four
honest,
that I
public
gave
for the
to
podium.
so far. So Monday, July 7th at 6
Oh, you're gonna love us by the time you're all done, Joe.
p.m. Okay. That's all I have. Did we just lose a light?
No, that was your email.
That was like the
That was your email.
Nintendo, we just lost the light.
I was thinking, playing video games. The board meeting.
I
That was
wanted to
your-
ask, is there any way that we can move that policy meeting to earlier, like 4:30, 4
Nope.
o'clock, 4:30?
I thought it's a 1.
No,
Oh,
that's
no.
The facilities is at 1.
Oh,
No.
never mind.
Policy was
No.
at 6.
Cody can't be there before 6.
I could probably do 5. If
Excited.
we could play a little bit by ear, I
Yeah.
can try to get earlier.
We can't play it by
Some
ear.
of those meetings tend to go, they're pretty involved.
Got a 48 hours notice.
We can't play it by ear, guys. It's a noticed meeting.
So let's say 5:15,
Yeah, that'll work.
5:15.
You can be late.
Yeah.
Okay.
just me
you're invited to all the things. Okay. All right. 5:15. I just hope we can make it.
Better make it, Cody.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Or
Or I won't. Perfect.
Cool.
That's what it says.
Probably.
Alright, we good?
I think we're good. I do. Yeah, I think we're good.